So this is your template. Your final is going on here. Thank you. Now you want to find the center. Everybody's at this point, I think, is dropping it in the center for the design. That's something we're going to keep in common. If you have another idea, we can talk about it. To find the center, you make an X from corner to corner, and you draw it on your rectangle, or your square. So that's the center. Then you're going to pick an image that you want to transfer. Now I'm going to recommend that you not pick the image that you actually are going to use, because transfers don't always work the second time the same way. So are you going to use this one? This one? I'm going to use the star, okay? So of one of your images, cut them out. Brandon, can you put that down? It's distracting me. Okay. And now the star has a side that you drew on and a side that you didn't draw on. The side that you drew on has to be face down on the paper. If not, it's for nothing and you'll end up doing it from tracing all the way over again. So you're going to turn it face down. Go ahead, question?
I think we could do it by eye. Like we have something but we want to make it bigger. We just trace it by eye.
Trace it by eye. What does that mean?
Like, I don't know.
Look at it, and then write it.
You mean just freehand draw it?
Yeah.
Just draw it. Okay. No, yes, you can draw it. But if you are going to draw it, do the X so you can find the center and balance the space. Of course you can, okay? That would be awesome. That's actually a lot harder. So if you take that on, I support you in that, okay? But this, if it's an image that you like, if you want more than one image, you can do that. Now I'm using the X and making sure it's in the middle, and I'm centering it. And then I'm taping it down. I recommend that you probably, if you are not very steady or don't have good control of the pencil and the paper, use 4 pieces. So this works like carbon paper. So now I want the star to transfer. And if my tip is breaking. If I rub over this, and it's not that I'm coloring it with the pencil is not the transfer, it's actually rubbing. So if I was literally just taking this, it would work as well. It's the rubbing, the pressure is pushing the graphite from the tracing paper into the paper below. Raise your hand if you've done this before. Good. Do you know that as a high school art teacher, I assume you've all done this, but only about 6 of you raised your hand. So this is something new to most of you. So you do this rubbing. If you do it this way, the only thing that's good about this is that it keeps track of what you rubbed. Now, it is not a perfect transfer. There will be spots that you have to finish the line. But since you are an artist, you are able to do that.
Can we still use that on our final after we already transferred?
This is, what I'm using is the transfer of the one I'm not interested in using. Because eventually, it's like a tattoo. Have you ever seen a tattoo transfer? It's the same way.
It just went right through the paper.
Went right through. And that's because I did it well. But you might find that you have to finish the line. Then you're going to actually paint this dummy in your book as well, and you're going to use analogous colors with a splash of contrast. And that would mean you can do it any way. You can do analogous colors within your shape, which is a lot of blending. You have 3 colors. You're going to choose 3 analogous colors, and then the background could be the contrast or the reverse. And glitter is optional. Yes?
Wait, I'm really confused. So that we're doing a dummy one that we're not going to use for our final?
Yeah, because to transfer this again, I would have to trace it again. So take one of your images that you're not going to use. So Michelle is interested in this butterfly. She's not going to touch it right now. Okay? And if you don't like the scale or size, like this might look better bigger, or it might look better if you repeat the shape. So you can have multiples or some going off the page. So you can decide between one large one for emphasis or repeating the image. Okay? So Xenia, that anchor, if that's the one you want, don't do it the dummy in your book with the anchor. Okay? But everyone will do a dummy. This is your practice run. You're going to try to do it really well. And if it comes out well, your dummy is something you couldn't cut out and have a nice piece of art. But then it prepares you so that you do your transfer rub. You do find the center of the paper, line it up, boom, you're ready to go. You could also, if you have drawings of your own, you can trace one of your own original drawings and you can transfer it onto here. Is anybody in that space right now where you have a book full of drawings that you want to transfer? Yes. You don't have to you could. So maybe that's something you consider. Okay? Does that change the game? So I want this to be accessible to everyone. If you're a newbie coming in, you've never worked with transferring images and you haven't had much experience drawing, then you're taking the images on the table and making them your own. You're stealing them and reinventing them. Or you're taking something you've already created and you're transferring it into this project.
Okay.
So it's your choice.
I got a new idea now.
Nice.